So the question is, what happened on November 6th? That's the question that we're supposed to answer in the next 50 minutes.
The latest estimates are that somewhere around 115 million people voted. The last midterm was only 82 million. We're talking about 33 million more people in one cycle.
People of color are now more engaged than they were in 2016. We were predicting that they would be engaged in 2016. Latinos did turn out at higher rates in 2016. African Americans maybe turned out at slightly lower rates in 2016. But what we've seen since then is that people of color are now more engaged than they have ever been.
I do think that mayors is in some ways the best training ground to be president. It's a chief executive who knows international trade because you run a port, you know, energy policy because we have a utility and we're greening things and understand climate change. We understand homeland security and safety through our policing.
Now I know you've all heard the stereotypes about young voters and how we don't participate, but this year we challenged that stereotype.
That activism we saw in the Women's March right after the election, in 2017, the beginning of 2017, people were wondering, was that going to continue? Was that passion going to continue? Absolutely it did.
What about more media focus on stories away from Washington, stories right around our neighborhoods, stories that affect our lives?
We want to be involved in our democracy and we want it to work. We expect our elected officials and our government to actually do something. Not just to say something, but to do real work. And vice versa, I'm seeing Americans awaken to the fact that they want to be a part of that work as well.